class, we'll be looking at the verb under the use of English. If you are asked what is a verb, the common answer for the majority of students is a verb is an action word. Well, that definition is not entirely true or entirely complete. The verb is not just an action word, but the verb is a compulsory, compulsory element of a clause or a sentence. A verb is a compulsory element of a clause or a sentence that shows what somebody or something does or experience. I take it again. One major element you must put in your definition is that verb is a compulsory element of a clause or a sentence. Then you can put any other words that you choose or that you wish to use in its definition. Well, a verb is compulsory in the sense that if there is no verb in a sentence, the sentence will not make a complete sense. For instance, we have he came here yesterday. So, he came here yesterday. The verb there is came. If I should delete, if I should take away the verb came from the sentence, you can read the sentence, he here yesterday. You see, that's meaningless. That is senseless. But if I should add the word came, see, it makes a complete sense now. He came here yesterday. Meanwhile, the verb is one of the major parts of speech, and it can stand alone. I can talk to any of you and say, go. You know, go is a verb, and it makes a complete sense even standing alone. I can talk to any of you and say, run. And if I say run, you are all wrong because it makes a complete sense. I can say right. You're right because that makes a complete sense. That means that a verb is not just an action word, but it is a compulsory element of a clause or a sentence. Remember I told you, comma, it shows or illustrates what something, somebody does or experience. Now, you look at it in this scenario. You are a verb. In the world at large, the world that we find ourselves, you are the verb because you are the compulsory element of your greatness. You are the compulsory element of your success. You are the compulsory element of the fulfillment and the establishment and the accomplishment of your dreams. You are the major factor of your success. So, if you understand that as the verb, you find out that you play the vital role of this verb to bring to accomplishment what the desire of the cosmos. So we look at the branches of verb, we find out that this verb is divided into what we call the finite. Alright? We have the other one we call the non-finite. Excuse me, let me get water. is divided into three. Alright, now let's deal with the finite. The finite, we have the main verb or the lexical verb. We have over there the auxiliaries. Or the helping verb. Then over here we have the transitive. And the intransitive. This transitive verb is also called the regular verb. This intransitive verb is also called the irregular verb. Now, under the helping verb or the auxiliary verb, we have two major ones, which is the primary auxiliary, and we have the modal auxiliary. Now, the primary auxiliary are the ones that gives you like the is, okay, has. Those ones are the primary auxiliary under the auxiliary verb. Are you following now? Now, but we have the one of the modal auxiliary. You have like the will, like the would, and a lot of them. Alright, now under here, the non-finite verb, we have the gerunds. Over here, we have the participles. Over here, we have the infinitives. Alright, now, if you have noticed that, the next thing to do, or to move on to, is to understand the terms that is here. Now, I told you all that the verb is a composite element of a sentence. Meanwhile, even at that, all these branches of verb, finite, non-finite, under the finite, we have the main or the lexical, we have the auxiliary or the helping verb. Under the auxiliary or the helping verb, we have the primary, we have the modal auxiliary, we have transitive, we have intransitive. Transitive can be regular, intransitive can be irregular, and then we have these guys, the gerund, participles. Participles is divided into two. We have the present, and we have the past. Now, participle. The pains. Now, just listen. Listen. The modalities of your question, of your exam, the pen will determine, how you answer the questions. But we are trying to give you everything you need for the exam, maybe an exam on the topic verb. Alright? There are other aspects of verb which we are going to treat in this class. So, the modalities of the question will determine how to answer the questions. Now, you see that the verb has all these components in it. It means that these components are what makes a verb functional. Why say that? I said that to say this. Look at this guy, auxiliary or helping verb. You see, I say that to say this. You need the shoulder of another person, another man or woman, to rise. What the people or what the teachers, great fathers of faith, we call destiny helpers. You need somebody to stay on the shoulder for you to rise. You need another person to rise. No one's an island. Okay? That's what they call destiny helpers. Meanwhile, don't be narrow-minded that you are the only one that needs another person to rise. There are some people that also need you to rise. So as you are expecting to climb on someone's shoulder to rise to your dream and success, you should put down your own shoulder so that somebody that you are better than will climb on it and rise to his or her success. So what I'm trying to say in conclusion, you are looking for a destiny helper. You are also presently, as I'm talking to you, a destiny helper or someone. So as you're praying that God should bring that person, your destiny helper, you also pray to find the people that God said you should help, so you could help them. Alright? Let's continue the class. I hope I'm not boring you. I'm not boring you. I'm sorry for introducing that, but that is essential, even much more essential than what we are doing, because that is practical, real life teachings. Okay? Now, let's come back to the board. Let's start from the infinitives. I need my duster. Infinitives. Now, what do we call infinitives? Now, for the infinitives, these are known with the infinitival markers. The infinitival marker is to. Okay? When you have to in a sentence, that's an infinitive. I can have to eat. Okay? I can have to sing. Alright? I can have a complete sentence like this. To steal is a crime. To steal is a crime. Now, if you have such sentence, for instance, to steal is a crime. It means that to is known as the infinitival marker. Alright, having said that, you can have another expression, to read is my hobby. To read is my hobby. Alright, now that is how we identify the infinitives. Now, in case you are given a sentence and they ask you what type of a sentence is it under the verb, you have to, infinitival marker to in that sentence, that is an infinitive. Alright, we go to the gerunds. Gerunds are verbal noun. They are called verbal noun. Why are they called verbal noun? Because in forms, they are verb, in functions, they are noun. I take it again. Why they are called verbal noun is that in form, they are verb, and in functions, they are noun. Now, you notice the gerunds when you see ing. When you see what? Ing. When there is ing, that is where you notice the this guy, the gerunds. Now, I can have here reading. That's a gerund. But reading is my hobby. Singing. Singing is my hobby. Okay, we can have other sentence or just have it. Singing is my hobby. Reading is my hobby. Dancing is my hobby. You can have other sentence apart from those on the board. But when you see ing, that shows you that they are gerunds. Alright, we move to the next one, which is the participles. Now, the participles, we have the present and then we have the past participle. For the present participle, when you see ing in a sentence, like the present participle of the verb come is coming. The present participle of the verb sing is singing. The present participle of the verb write is writing. So, what we are trying to say that when you see ing in a word, that word is known as the present participle. Although it can also be referred to as a gerund. Alright? Now, but when you see the past participle, these depend on the lexical verb that is used. Some of them have ed. Okay? Some of them don't have ed. Depends on the verb that is being used. Let's see, like for instance, you have eat. Oh, this one doesn't have ed. Let's go for the one that has ed. Okay, stop. Okay, the past participle of stop is stopped. You see, stopped. For instance, walk. The past participle of walk is walked. You see? Let's give you another one. Another one is walk. You know, walk and label. Walk. Okay, the past participle of walk, label, is walked. You see that? That ends with ed, but that doesn't mean that all of those end with ed. Now, having said that, I will use that illustration to explain the lexical verb or the main verb, because there is transitive, intransitive, regular, irregular. Alright, see what I'm going to do so I won't confuse everything. What's the meaning of regular verb? What's the meaning of irregular verb? When a verb follows a pattern, regular pattern, that's a regular verb. When a verb follows an irregular pattern, that's an irregular verb. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let's say we have some verb so that when we get there, we won't have a problem as much there. Let's say we have a verb, and then we have simple past tense. Simple past tense, and then we have participle. Now, let's say this verb, for instance, we have cook. Okay, cook becomes cooked. And then the participle for the cooked, past participle, is cooked. You see, it's the same thing. This one is known as the regular verb from the main verb. Alright? It's called the regular verb. Alright, let's say we have stop. The simple past tense is stopped. And the participle is the same thing. Stopped. Okay? Let's say we have another one. Start. The simple past tense of that's not what I want to use. That's not what I want to use. Let's say we have like the irregular. For the irregular, let's say we have go. Alright? The simple past tense for go is went. Then the past participle is gone. Okay? Now, if let's use that start so that some persons will not be. Let's say start. If it falls in, if it didn't fall in, I'll blame it. Start. The past tense is started. The simple past tense. Then the past participle still remain started. It works. Yeah, good. This one works. Start. Started, started. It's a regular verb under the main verb. Now, when you notice go, the past participle for go is went. Simple past tense. Now, simple past tense is went. Participle is gone. So this is an irregular verb. So we have another one, run. Run. Run becomes run. Okay, past tense, run. And the participle remain run. You see, these are known as irregular verb. Another translation that we have is this. If I have this sentence on the board, Chika broke The plate. The plate was broken by Chika. Now, Chika broke the plate. This is transitive verb. The receiver of the action or the complement of the action is the plate. So Chika broke the plate. This is seen as transitive. Okay? But when the sentence is being written in this form, the plate was broken by Chika. And Chika is taking the object level. This becomes intransitive. Okay, this becomes an intransitive verb. I'll give you an assignment. Chika, Tunde, or Mr. Stone loves his mother. You're going to translate it to intransitive verb and drop the answer on the comment section. Let's see that. Mr. Stone loves his mother. So you can now, this is a transitive verb. I want the answer in an intransitive verb manner. Alright, let's go to the next thing we have now. The next one we have now is the main verb. You see, under the main verb, we have the main verbs are verbs that are in this form. For instance, the dance, the speak, write. Alright? Okay, but when you have dance, speak, write, go, this is a main verb. But they are plural main verb. They are plural main verb. Immediately there is an S attached to the back of this verb, it becomes a singular verb. It becomes a singular verb, like the word dances, like the word speaks, like the word writes, like this one becomes goes. Well, you have an ES there. This one becomes goes. Now, this is singular. Now, under the auxiliary, I've told you there's primary auxiliary, secondary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary is the is, the was, the has, and a lot under there. Now, under the modal auxiliary, we have the will, would, should, could. Those things are the modal auxiliary. Now, we want to go to the rules that govern the subject-verb agreement, which is known as concord. Well, if you have made it to this point in this video, we thank you for watching. But your curriculum might cover more than this, which means that it might also tell you to look for the rules that govern the subject-verb agreement, which is known as the rule of concord, or known as the topic concord in English. So let's get to that topic, concord. And there are some examples that the modalities is not for you to know all of this. The modalities is for you to know concord, the rule of concord. Now, let's go to that aspect of the class today. We're going to do everything today. Let's do it. And let's see what we can cover. Let me get a job. So we have concord. What is a concord? That's the first question to ask. What is a concord? We're looking at the concept concord. What is a concord? A concord is the agreement between the subject and the verb and other elements of a clause or a sentence. A concord is the agreement between the subject and the verb and other elements of a clause or a sentence. I hope you have gotten that. A concord is the agreement between the subject and the verb and other elements of a sentence or a clause. Alright, now we have different rules of concord. The prerogative for today's class is not to give you the rules orderly. Let me give you orderly, but you can pick any one of those rules. The basic thing is, do you understand how the rule is being used? Okay? Let's see how the Spirit will lead us. Any of the rules that comes, we just give it to you. Alright? Now, let me give you from one of the rules. As the Spirit lead, we have accompaniment concord. Accompaniment concord. Okay, I've seen so many students have problem with these aspects of accompaniment concord. Because of the limited knowledge that they have on the use of the rule of concord. Let's give you a sentence. Let's say we have ado, together, ado, together with the children, ado, together with the children, dash, watching TV series. Okay? Now we have option A, we have enjoys. Option B, we have enjoy. Option C, we have enjoy. And then option D, we have is enjoying. Okay, now, if you look at this question, you have the word together with. Whenever there is a word together with, in collaboration with, as well as, okay, alongside, okay, you have words like together with, in collaboration with, as well as, alongside, or you also have words like including, okay, or you also have words like also, okay, in a sentence, including, alongside, as well as, in collaboration with, together with, also. This sentence or this these words, because it's not a sentence must make a complete sense. Together with doesn't make a complete sense. In collaboration with doesn't make a complete sense. This sentence must make a complete sense. When you have these words, okay, in a sentence, you should give preference to the first subject. Alright? You should give preference to the first subject. When you have a collaboration, together with, as well as, in a sentence. Alright? The preference should be given to the first subject, which is ado. Ado, or the first subject, will determine the verb to be used. And the subject here is a singular subject. Ado is just one person, a singular subject. So the answer should be enjoys. If you remember the rule of concord, or one of the first rule, singular subject, singular verb. Singular verb, singular subject. Plural subject, plural verb. Plural verb, plural subject. Now, the subject here is singular, so the verb to attract in the sentence is singular. Let's give you this one. All the children alongside their father, dash year. All the children alongside their father, dash year. A is here. B are here. What's the answer? The children. That's the first subject. The children, which is plural, and the plural verb there is are. The children alongside their father are here. Alright, let's give you another one. If you are going to answer that, and give us the answer on the comment section. The boy alongside his father. The boy alongside the father dash here. Now, is it is here? Is it are here? What's the answer? Now, the last one there is the girls in collaboration with the boys. The girls in collaboration with the boys. Dash here, okay? Dash here yesterday. The boy in collaboration with the girls, in collaboration with the boys, or with the boy. Let's leave it there. With the boys, yes, put the boys here. With the boys, dash here yesterday. Now you see we have A are here, B we are here. Now C is here. Now what's the answer? You find the answer? Are here, we are here, is here. Drop the answer on the comment section. Now we are going to the next rule, rule 2. We have done our complements concord. Let's go to the next rule. Rule 2. Rule 2 is known as mandative subjunctive concord. Mandative subjunctive concord. Mandative subjunctive concord. Let me put it like this so I can know the number of rules I've given to you. So, mandative subjunctive concord. What does that mean? Now, when you see the word, whenever you see the word in a sentence, like pray, suggestion, when you see the word like pray, or pray, or you see the word recommendation, you see the word like command, you see the word like suggested, okay, you see the word like resolution, okay, you see the word like resolve. When these words appears in a sentence, they should attract a plural verb. When you see words like pray, prayer, recommendation, a mandative word, when the word is mandative, okay, in a command tone, okay, that word in a sentence means that the verb to be used is a plural verb. Let me give you an example. I believe you are getting this one. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. Okay? Now, what we mean, to get a clearer chalk, like the way this chalk is writing, we pray. Let me use I. I pray. God dash me. I pray God will dash me. Alright? Now, A, help. B, helps. I pray God will dash me. A, help. B, helps. How do you do that? Now, normally, this is a singular subject, and for every singular subject, we should have a singular verb. And for every plural subject, we should have a plural verb. Maybe after treating this rule, I will treat that rule next. Okay? For those that don't understand singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. I think some of you will have expected me to start from there. But in all consideration, the contingency of today's classes, we can start from any of those because we believe that exposing you to the requisites of the course is good, but you should have known something about singular subject, singular verb. Meanwhile, you'll learn everything today anyhow.